haven't filmed a video in how long, and I'm gonna be completely honest and transparent. I didn't feel like even getting up to come out the house today, but I don't know. Something kind of moved me to, not even something, but the Lord. I feel like He told me to. I'm just feeling, I'm about to graduate A school actually, but I've been feeling really tired lately, and I felt like having one of those days. I was wrestling between staying in and just having one of those days because I haven't had one in a while of where I just bed rotted, but I don't like having those days. I don't know if anybody else kind of feels like, I don't know. It's okay to allow yourself to rest, but I've always found that I feel best and I feel most well rested when I go out and do things that aren't necessarily strenuous, but are refreshing to the soul in a sense, because me just sitting in bed rotting does not help me. It makes me feel not, it doesn't make me feel horrible, but it just makes me feel like, I don't know, I wasted a day. And in a sense, I really did, because I don't want to just scroll and just like, or sleep. And then it's like, oh, I wasted a Saturday. And I'm not big on partying and stuff like that. So it's not in a sense of that, but it's like, wow, I could have went and did this today. And it's such a beautiful day today. And I was just like, I'm tired, but I'm going to get up. And I wanted to deliver a message for y'all. So I have some coconut water here, and I have my water down on the ground, my awala. And I just asked the Lord to have His way. I have my Bible here as well. I don't really know what I'm going to speak about today, but I know I don't have that much time. I only have 30 minutes or so. But I wanted to get a little message in because I felt like I wanted to do one of these videos, and I just want to speak to y'all about where I've been a little bit. I've been in a place of trying to prune myself and become a better version of myself in order to prepare myself for the future in general, and also to prepare myself for my partner in the future. And I'm getting quiet because he's walking near me, so sorry if it's a little awkward. I'm trying to get better with that, but I talked to, I will call her my mentor and a great friend of mine that I connected with through the church, and she gave me this list of things of what her mentor actually gave her around my age, of just a list of scriptures basically telling you who you are within Christ. And I don't know, I just feel like this is a season for me to just better myself all around in all areas and strengthen myself within Christ, but because I feel like He is preparing something, and He is about to bring something within my life that I'm going to need this for, if that makes sense. So I've been working in that. And I've also, I want to say, I don't know if anybody else is in this space either as well, but it is definitely difficult. There's some days where it's like, I just don't feel like doing this. I don't want to. I'd rather just take the day off, but I find it most important to get my word in and do it to my utmost fullest ability and just execute it as well as I can, because those are the moments that allow you to expand and grow the most within everything, not just Christ, but with fitness and with life in general. Doing things when you don't feel like it is so important, and it's so important with your faith and building your relationship with the Father as well. But yes, just gonna open up my Bible and see. I've been reading in the book of Luke lately, so I think I'm gonna give y'all a little bit from there. Yes, I do every now and then. I just make it's mostly faith based, so I do. Yes. Thank you. You as well. So I kind of did some analyzing, and I think I've decided to read from the first chapter of Luke actually, and I highlighted this when I did go through it, and it's First Luke, wait, First Luke, chapter, Lord have mercy, chapter 1, Lord, wait, Luke 1, verse, I think it is 78. Because of the tender mercy of our God, whereby the sunrise shall visit us from on high, to give light to those who sit in darkness and in the shadow of death, to guide our feet into the way of peace. And the child grew and became strong in spirit, and he was in the wilderness into the day of his public appearance to Israel. And I think this verse is so very important, simply, or not even simply, but wholly, because it is quite literally telling us who Jesus is and what he came here for. Specifically, we see to give light to those who sit in darkness and in the shadow of death. Jesus came to be a light for us. And I'm sorry if I'm being kind of weird. There's a lot of people walking near me, so it's like I'm trying to navigate through that, but Jesus came in this world to be a light for us, to quite literally breach the gap between where we could not save ourselves. In the beginning, we see that Adam and Eve, they breached that gap in the relationship that we had with Jesus, with God, and they brought sin into the world, into us, with wanting to know the knowledge of all and giving it into their flesh. But we see that Jesus came as a light. And I feel like I'm explaining this in a sort of way, and it's kind of all over the place, but ultimately what I'm trying to say is I feel as if we don't truly realize who Jesus is and why he is here and what his purpose is for. I feel like we can paint him out to be this person of you acts, or some kind of genie. That's the word that I'm trying to say. Because he is so holy, because he is so giving, because he is so loving and kind, we can get in the groove of, rather than wanting to build a relationship with him and allowing it to become some kind of transaction between you and him, rather than you building a true relationship with him. And sometimes it does happen and you don't even realize it, because it could be, hey, your life is getting so busy and you've been just putting the things that you need to do to build a relationship with Jesus and to further strengthen your relationship with God to the side. And then over time it continues to go like that, and you just make Jesus a smaller portion of your life each time. And then when things do start to get difficult and the busyness dies down and you feel overwhelmed, you feel uneasy, there goes the, oh Jesus, just help me prayer. But it's like something specific. Oh Jesus, can you just give me this thing and I'll just come back into your arms? Or Jesus, if you just give me this one thing so I'm not as busy, so I can do this. But it doesn't work like that, and it will never work like that until you fully surrender yourself to Christ and stop worrying about those other noises within your life and the other aspects within your life. And I want to sit up here and say, hey, that's not easy. It's not easy at all, because just simply saying, oh, I give it all to you, I relinquish all control that I thought that I had to you, is difficult, because we want to control everything. As humans, we don't want to take our hands off of something, because it feels like if we do, then that's when everything will spiral, when it's quite literally the opposite. If we relinquish the control that we think we have and stop being so anxious over the things that has had a hold on our life, that has had this tight grip around our throat and every aspect of our life, that has pulled us farther away from Jesus. Because I listened to a video today, and it was like, or a podcast I guess you could say, and it was like, when you begin to worry, that's how you know you're getting farther away from Jesus. Because when you begin to be anxious about things, that's how you know you're getting farther away from Jesus. And I really sat and just thought about that, and I was like, yes, that is true. You have taken your eyes off of Jesus when you start to feel anxious and you start to worry about the next thing, or how this will go, or how that will go. Because every single time I've sat down and I've truly surrendered something to Jesus, it's handled and I'm not stressed out about it. But as soon as I try to, it seems as if I'm trying to grasp onto something constantly, the harder and the harder it gets, because I'm sitting up here stressing about it. But in the meantime, if I just relinquish it, I let it go and I surrender it, it'll be okay. Obviously, I've said this multiple times, it's not going to be easy, but We have to remember what God sent Jesus in this world for. Yes, he sent us in this world to be our savior so that we have the opportunity to have eternal life. But God and Jesus, they're there for us to lay all our burdens upon. They are the light in our darkness. We are not going to be the light in our darkness. And obviously other things come into play when it comes to strengthening your relationship with Jesus, community, all those things. But ultimately, your life needs to be surrounded around Christ. Because as this says, I'm going to read it again, to give light to those who sit in darkness and in the shadow of death, to guide our feet in the way of peace. Because as humans, that's what we are called to do. We're not called to be sitting in darkness. We're not called to be sad. We're not called to have depression and all these things. We're called to surrender all those things to God and spread his word and to minister to others so they can too be saved. It's so freaking pretty out here. I don't even think I did a full fit check. Let me see if no one's coming. I'll do one right quick. They're actually coming down this hill. Hold on. I'll get in the grass. Oh, this is like, I thought this was like a swing. Hold on, let's see if I can swing on it by myself. Oh, this is like a, oh, it's like a, okay, it's like a lock. It's not a swing. Okay. Wait, I guess it's like a, thought it was a freaking swing. That's not a swing. I'm trying to see. I want to see if I can do a pull up. This park, I love this park. This is only my second time being out here, and I love it. I think they may have a pull up bar on the other one, so we can walk We can walk to the other side. And if there's not a lot of people over there, I'll do it. If there is, I'm not. I know. I'm not. Bro. Wait, that's actually so funny.